Fellas and Fart Smellers. So you want to find out how to do the spirit box strat I've kind of shown on stream and elsewhere on Reddit. The main theory of the strat is that you want to add boxes to maps, get spirits onto the boxes, and then juice the mobs you get from the boxes. How do you do that? Well, using specific tablet mods. For example, these four up here are the most important ones, and the down here are good. So you want rare monsters, boxes, monster rarity, wisps. Getting all four on a tablet is like several hundred divs. You don't want to spend that much. You want to spend under 10 div per tablet. That's it. A lot of like very decent tablets are like 1 div each. And then like extra mods that are good is like magic monsters and effectiveness. Those are good. So you want to add those to your map. I usually go for 4 spirits and 8 boxes because that's like my sweet spot. You could go higher on either one, but like if you go more boxes, less spirits, there's a lower chance for a sacred. If you go more spirits, less boxes, there's less loot. It's a balancing act, whichever you choose. For monster rarity, I usually try to go for 100, but that's kind of expensive, so I'd go for like 60 to 80. And rare monsters, you want to be at like 200% or something. Maybe you want more rare monsters, maybe you want more monster rarity. I haven't done that much testing. I've only done the testing I've done, which is what works for me. I'm not going to tell you exact tablets because I told you what mods. You find out what tablets are good for you. Some are very cheap and very effective. Just find those. As for my atlas, on wisps, I add vivid because those are the yellow ones. They usually have the good rights. Those are more expensive. Wolf, stag, and cat. That's like 40, 60 or 70, and then like 200 something. For this one, I add extra spirit on sacred because that's like one of the most important things you can get. If you're adding higher chance for sacred, there's less chance of spirits like in general because sacred adds more ones. This I add more mod. This isn't really that important. This I add extra monster. For this, 4 is the least impact. The other 2 are okay. Like in terms of priority, it's 3 and 1 at like the most, and then 2. And then 4. For this, it's always Rogue, because the other 2 are virtually useless. Summoning Circle does nothing, Essence does nothing. Rogue can save a run, and it can allow for extra tactics to preserve and create spirit. For this, I have effectiveness, because extra rarity doesn't really matter. I will mention that later. For this and this, these can be switched up depending on what you have on the tablets. You usually try to balance this to get like 4, 8, or around there. So the less spirits you have, the less chance of sacred, and the more boxes, it's harder to get more spirits. But if you have less boxes, more spirits, you don't get as much loot. So you try to balance it to what you like. For the Esmite, I have it on swamp personally. Some have it on grass. Both of these are good. Grass allows for a higher chance for sacred and some other spirit stuff. Swamp allows higher loot because of this node. We drop so many exalts that so many of them turn into chaos. I get like on bad maps, I get like 20 C. It's quite good. Grass areas, yeah, you'd have greater perfect or effectiveness. Both work, I think. For forest, you'd have a rare monster, but ideally you don't want to run wild cities because one of the layouts is really bad, which is the Sun Temple, because it splits the map in 3, so you can like the spirits won't transfer between, and it's can really fuck up things. Yeah, Fairden you want on desert or mountain. Doesn't really, well, kind of matters. Mountain is kind of better for more tablets because the desert one can brick some boxes maybe. I don't test this because I don't run Fairden cities. As for anything else, I don't think there is. This has to be on dematerialization adhesion because you want to save spirits. So like you move them off screen, then you move off screen yourself, because if you have them like slightly on screen, then they'll start to dematerialize, because if you see the red little trail coming from them, they're dying. Get away from them. And I have basically every node allocated, and now I'll show you some tablets I have that I use. I would not say these are the best tablets. There are maybe better ones. These are just the ones I use personally. My favorite tablets are monster rarity, rare monsters, box, and then 2 spirit and rare monster or monster rarity. That's what I use. I get like 50 divs of loot per map, 10 to 20 div of raw divs per map. And for my ring, I started this strat at 1200 div on my ring. I've gotten a lock, mirror, and 5,700 divs from doing this strat for about a month and a half. It's very good. Let me now show you game strat in game. So when I start maps, I bring a wisdom, alchemy, 3 stacks of exalts, a regal, and then I spam keys. Do I have maps already in? I do. So we will take a map out. And the maps I run are always 100% monster rarity. You can either do T16 or 8 mod T15s. Like either work. They're usually around 3 divs, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, 3 divs. So what do we do when we are in maps? Before I do that, tilde. So basically, these 3 nodes are completely required. This is required. This is required for more box/spirit on the atlas, and this is better for uniques because you get the fox spirit. And this is more rare. So you can also use this. It's okay, but this doesn't work because it has to be unique tablets, different tablets. This is absolutely terrible and will brick the strat completely. Do not use this ever. This is bad. Bad. Nope. No. Alright, let's get in. I'll show you now how the game strat works. So, for the game strat, there are 2 versions to do it. One is you clear the map, you activate the spirits, you get the spirits in boxes, and then you start at a box which has the most spirits on it. That's the safe strat. The riskier strat is using exiles, which is like akin to the Korean strat, where you activate spirits, get them into rares, kill the rares, and then you keep clearing, then you go back to a rogue exile and kill him and get him to a box, and then you open from that box. I will show you the risky strat first. So we go in maps, and I will show you how to deal with wisps, because we are using that node which lets rares be possessed. That's a dangerous thing, right? Not particularly. It's kind of ideal, because we want the rares to get possessed for the rogues, and we want the rares to be possessed for the boxes, because if you don't have that, we completely brick the strat, because none of the rares from the boxes get possessed, and so it doesn't release any of the wisps from the boxes. Now, I seem to have a good rogue strat. Ow. And I will now try to get wisps possess rares and then transfer them. So, I will maybe speed this up in the edit, or maybe I'll just do it as is. You see, I got that into the box instead, which is not ideal completely. Also, for summoning circles in swamps, they aren't that good because they don't do anything. In grass, they can summon spirits, but grass is kinda compared. Alright, so this is a more ideal situation. We got a sacred start. Usually the game plan is we clear the map, try to find a sacred. Like we do the whole rogue exile transfer to thing. But here we got an early sacred. An early sacred is the best case scenario. But if we get here, we keep clearing. I can show my sidebar here with the monst. So as you can see, 1 rogue, 4 spirits, 8 boxes. That's usually what I go for. And I have like 80 to 100 monster rarity, 200 something rare monsters. That's kind of what you want. But also, it kind of depends. Like, you can decrease either monster rarity or rare monsters depending on what you want or how it works for you and your ideal strat. This is just how I do it. Alright, I'm gonna start now. Now, if I had a fox, I'd get that into the box. Then I would go around rejuicing all the other boxes so it's easier to manage. Now, keys. And the strat for keys is, if you don't have a sacred, you go to the box which has the most spirits, and you key that once. And then you go to the next box which has the most, and then you keep going. You don't use a key on those. You're trying to get a sacred, but the strat still works with a lot of spirits, because you can just get more and more spirits. But if you have a hair, you open the box. I just personally ID Alco Regal. I don't do any transmute or anything. The mods you want to look for are increased packs of monsters or packs of rare monsters. Ideally, increased packs of monsters is better if you're juicing more monster rarity. If you're using more rare monsters, you want more rare packs. Yeah, there we go. I get extra packs of monsters. Now this will spawn a lot of rare monsters with the hair, which will create new spirits. And you will see that now. I start this. I kill. Each of the rare monsters, well, I'm creating a lot of rare monsters. They don't all release spirits, but the ones that do make the strat self-sustained. So I don't need to create that many spirits. As you can see, I'm starting to get just immediately a lot of spirits. And now I have a bunch on the box. Now I'll just go again. There is another version where you just you key the first and then you pass on trying to get a fox and get that. But like fox, you either want just hair or just fox. You don't want both to like interrupt each other, because fox will override any other pre-existing spirits. Like if you get a fox on a box, it will only have fox. It will not have hair. And if you have hair, you get like overall kind of more loot because all the rare monsters spawn with all the wisps. And it's easier to get a lot of loot. Anyway, we'll keep clearing and keep talking. And also, you can see there's a remnant there. Expedition and remnants are good to activate because they can spawn rares with wisps in them, and killing those can transfer onto the rogue exiles. So like, before you kill all the rogue exiles, you want to open either expedition or the remnants. Or remnants from the expedition. Also, yeah, I didn't mention much about how to clear when you get a spirit. When you get a spirit, you want to activate it and then clear in front of it. Aggressively clear in front of it until it gets into a box. If you're doing the safe strat. If you're doing the risky strat, you let it possess and then you clear. If you're doing the safe strat, you want to clear in front and stack the spirits with them. And chain them together. Like, you'd get a spirit here, and spirit here. You'd activate this one, it'll probably go here. You want to clear in front, and then get this one, clear in front, and get them together, and get them onto a boss. That's the ideal thing for that. For this, I get magic monsters. Yeah, if you have a sacred, you always want to use a key. And for keys, they are kind of expensive. Trying to buy them for more than a day. Or, just farm them. And report the bug that they don't drop from rare monsters from boxes, because that's making the price of keys extra inflated. And it is very annoying. Now we will keep doing this until I get something interesting to happen. I'll just be quiet and let myself do the things. Because as you can see, I'm already getting tons of loot. Even without a sacred, I'd be getting tons of loot. It's just I got a little lucky. And that happens. With this strat, you're quite likely to get sacreds. And like, if you get a sacred star, that's the ideal situation. But getting at least 2 or 3 box spares to be on the first box is the best case scenario for the normal stuff. Ideally, you want to start on the box with 3 spirits. Like, ideally, your game, like your gameplay in map should have made a box with at least 3 spirits. And now you see, I almost have every spirit. I think every spirit. I'm just missing the blue one, and we get a right already. You will get a lot of rights with this strat, and the prices of rights will crash if this strat gets much out. Because in like 10 maps, oh, okay, this was in a set of 10. How many? Yeah, 5 already. This is like the 6th map. You get like a right every other map with this strat. It's incredibly common. I've dropped maybe over 120 rights, I think, at this point. It's wild. Alright, the open.
Almost there. Don't give up now.
I should also mention, the reason why you don't need to add much rarity onto Great Vision, onto the tablets, because each wisp increases the rarity of items dropped by monsters by 200% per spirit. As you can see in this little showcase thing, where I am showing, alert to me when I'm editing, each wisp grants 200% rarity. And then, on the boxes, you can get increased effectiveness of strong box monsters, and increased rarity dropped by strong box monsters as well. Now I will open this.
Sharp, that beast is mine. Don't lose focus. Please, clear.
Okay, I have now completed the map. And it was an absurdly lucky map. Unfairly lucky. And as you can see, you just get 10 billion rare items from that map. Kinda too lucky. I had 2 rights, 24 div, raw div, 105 chaos, which is like 15 div. Roughly. Keep with that. This is another 2 div. This is 20c. And we get rabbit idols. That's another 40c because I have 19 of them. That's 10 div. That's 10 div. This is a bit. This is 2 div. And then a whole bunch of tablets. This one's a div. That's a div. That's a div. That's about 3 div. So we're looking at what, like 20, 30, 50 divs ish of loot in a really lucky map though, because I got 2 rights. More standard maps are different, but ideally the mob count you want is like 500 ish rares. That's about it. You want like 500 rares roughly. When you get a fox map, if you get an early fox, you want to get around 80 bosses. That's like a good baseline to get to. That means you get good loot. Now, this was a terrible map for a showcase because I'm trying to show bad luck, what a standard map looks like, but this map is also kind of standard. You can kind of expect this much. Like, I have a lot of drops. Like, show the drops that I have gotten since starting this strat. I'll show it on screen. Show on screen how much I've gotten since starting this strat. Several Maze Bloods, several Headhunter, a Mirror, a Lock, hundreds of rights, many thousands of divs, bunch of rings, several Dialas, I think 4 Dialas, and 2 Asmiri Reliquary keys, which are these ones. They're like 60 div. They're really good. Alright, now to whatever else Mr. Editing Grant is doing. I just realized I forgot something. I forgot to mention ancient monsts. What ancient monsts are good? For ancient monsts, there are a couple of super good ones and a couple of kind of okay ones. For the super good ones, they are Mirage of Riches, Monster Treasure, or Ambush of Containment from PoE 1, and the Asmiri Migration, because that guarantees a sacred, so you can add more boxes in that case. And then there are also a couple of others. The Shrine one, which adds shrines and spirits released from shrines, is good, but only in the city. This one is good. I'm not sure if it's worth running outside of a city. Like, Ambush and Mirage are good to run outside of a city. Ambush is always good to run. Mirage is almost always good to run. And with Ambush, you want to basically drop all the boxes you have and add more spirits, plus rare monsters, monster rarity, and whatever, choosing monsters. You want to add 2 spirit, 2 spirit, 2 spirit, as many spirits as you preferably can. Like, you want to get the highest chance for an early sacred. Because if you don't, it's not as good. And like, there are 2 ways to do them. You can either do with them with the Deadly Fog or without the Deadly Fog. Both are okay. Then Spirit Guide. This one is good, but it's like in outside of cities. But there's an extra strat with it, which I won't mention because I don't want to mention it, which is an infinite money loop. Well, not infinite money, but infinite monsters that lags your game to hell. This one is incredibly good in cities. I would not run it outside of a city though. This allows you to run full boxes. You don't need to run a last one with spirits. Then the 1k Empower node is good, but I don't think I'd run it outside of a city because it's only adding 2 wisps and then some empowerment. Ideally you want that in the city. I don't want to run it outside because it's just 2 spirits. It's not that good. I haven't done too much testing on it, but you know, This I haven't found much use with. It's okay, maybe. It's not worth running outside of a city. There are very few monsters which are worth running outside of a city. That's mainly just Mirage of Riches and Ambush or Monster's Treasure. As for anything else, oh yeah, I should note, if you're doing like a budget strat, doing spirits in cleansed areas does work because cleansed areas have a higher chance of a sacred, and you can get like extra loot from that. But yeah, that should be about the strat. I don't think I forgot anything. Try not to kill all my tablets stock, you know, go easy on it, buy the cheap ones, use the cheap ones, and enjoy. It has good money and all that, but it's also just fun. Just do it for fun, man. You can buy dog ass tablets, just do it for fun. But alright, that's about it. I also Twitch on stream. No. I stream on Twitch under Grandmaster20, so I usually do the strat there. I have a bunch of stock of tablets and I do maps, I get a fox to start, and then I invite people to try them. So try them if you want to try the maps. Okay, bye.